Hi, I'm Mark Thorburn and welcome back to Tuts Plus Introduction to Sony Vegas Pro. Now that we have our finished Sony Vegas Pro project, it's time to work out the best format to render down to. The decision is the same for all nonlinear editors and is driven by where your finished piece is going to end up.
As you probably know, on any project that you're working on, you end up sort of tweaking and tweaking and tweaking in order to get things right, and eventually you reach that point where you go, okay, that's it, I think I've finished, there's nothing else I can add. And always be careful, subtlety in all things. Try not to throw everything at every project that you do. So there we go, we have our final project. We've got our timeline here with the main images on, we've got our texture added above, various bits of smoke, light, lens flare, that kind of thing. We've got our text added in here. The last thing that we need to do is to render the project, and in Sony Vegas Pro that is quite simple. What you do is you hit File, Render As, and then you have a multitude of options as to how your finished project is going to end up. And the question is, where is it going to end up? If you're going to be using it on the internet, something like YouTube or Vimeo, then that's fine. You're going to want to render it to that format or a format that's acceptable to that. Or maybe you've got something bigger. Maybe you're going to be burning it onto DVD or onto Blu-ray or whatever. If you look at the various options that you've got here, you really do have pretty much every kind of potential render. What I always recommend doing is the highest quality render that you can, and that will be your master copy. So choose something that is appropriate to the format that you filmed in the first place. I mean, you can of course upscale it, which is fine, but then you may end up just taking up storage space that isn't required because the original files themselves weren't of the high quality. But for YouTube, WMV, Windows Movie Files, MP4s are always good. Highlight the format that you'd like it to be saved in. So Internet HD, 1080 progressive is fine. Title it what you want to and stick it in the folder where you want it to be. And then you would hit render, and this is what would happen. You would wait for it to render. You get the approximate time to render building up here, and obviously the progress bar there. And depending on the size of your project, as with all nonlinear editors, it can take quite a while to render down. Our piece here is just over a minute long. It's about 1 minute and 20 seconds, just shy of 1 minute and 20 seconds. So it shouldn't take too long. It's going to take about, 10, 15 minutes for it to render down. And then once it has rendered down, you have your master copy that you can then upload to the internet or wherever.
So there we are, the finished project ready for sharing. Next time we'll take a recap of some of the things that we've learned about Sony Vegas Pro. I'm Mark Thorburn, thanks for watching.